Hey everyone, this is Lonnie. I hope all of you red pandas out there have a great day so far, because you are the sweetest thing out there. And I'm back with another episode of Boku No Hero Academia episode 6, and I get so pumped up for more. But before I do talk about this episode and possible spoilers, there will be a little other promotion right here. So please be sure to check out the artist, links in the description box below, and as well you can find the reaction video, of course. But this episode, oh my gosh, it really, I mean, it's such a, it's superpowers, it's cool powers, cool characters. I love it so far, and seeing what they're doing. And so Aizawa is such a little prick at first, ain't he? And I still draw parallels between him and Kakashi in their sense how they are towards others. I mean, both of them like expel or gave no grade as didn't grade anyone. Both did that to previous class, but now they're like accepting because they see potentials and things like that. I mean, I don't know, but I kind of like the kind of character that is like that, you know. I'm a very simple person after all, but I thought it's generally seeing Bakugo, seriously, he's going some crazy shit there. He's, dude, I love his powers though. I think it's super cool with explosion, things like that. And when you get to see all the outfits, damn, I love it. I love the concept of like Bakugo's fucking grenade gauntlets. I mean, come on, concept is super cool. I love it. And Ida, man, he's like a transformer robot. I love it. Oh gosh, damn it, silly though. I love this episode and I love this show so far, and definitely gonna be so excited to watch more of it. And the thing is that I really feel with this is, first of all, as I know some of you have been mentioning, is that the music is incredible. Well, I love it. So the music have been very pumping up and very emotional with moments like, I mean, like in Midoriya's mother being there and supporting him and realizing that she gave up too easy and all that. I thought that was very sweet, and seeing, and of course Urarakas and Midori talking about Deku. That was pretty good. And that little, and I accidentally said not cook but cock do. I probably get monetized and demonetized ratherly on here on YouTube anyways, because I said naughty things. I said body parts, and oh god. But seriously though, I think that is super fun to watch, and I'm really excited to watch more of this. And it reminds me, I actually saw, and now thinking about this with the superheroes, and you know that one team is villains and one is heroes. And there is one thing that made me think of, it was many years ago, about 10 years ago or something like that. There was a friend of mine, okay, not 10 years, but at least 8, something like that. It was many years ago, back at least. We have this RP session, you know, every weekend we RP'd with like Dungeons and Dragons. Heroes Unlimited was one of these games we played. And honestly, I loved it because making different characters. And a friend of mine, out of it, he drew us as villains. Everyone had like these super cool abilities. And here's the image of it. Here is Iron Jaw's Mike. Roar. I have with the power to eat everything and making bad puns in a very quick session that most likely will kill people. That was my superhero power. Eating a lot and making bad puns that kills people. That was my villain me. Oh my god, I remember. But talk about that, still, it make me think about some of these characters I had. One of my favorite characters I did have on this Heroes Unlimited was a guy named Sid Creed. A dark guy, former Marine that had his leg so badly wounded that he have a brace around his leg, you know, as support, because he couldn't rely on it because he had no real strength in it. And working as, you know, he was selling TVs and things like that. He hated the job and all that. And suddenly one day, he's in his almost 40 years old or something like that. He suddenly get a superpower that activates in him. And he was like, you know, he's gonna go and get some water, going there and crank it up, and rips off everything. He's like, that is weird. Like, and then he take a cup of water from the, like, just spraying. He like, okay, I'm probably dreaming. Walk and sit in the sofa, and gotta put down the glass, and literally breaks the table doing that. And it's like, fuck. And his superpower was abnormal strength, kind of like All Might, you know. The only thing different is that he doesn't have the ability to run or something like that, because he still have the problem with his leg. Because even with his superpower, his leg was not strong enough. The muscle is in a weird way damaged. And that, I think, made him a really fun character to play, because I mean, he was like the strongest character in this entire story, everything. And I did really like that, because he had his weakness, because he couldn't run. He could only limp, you know. And there was like one moment I remember very well when he was fighting a woman. She could like get diamond skin, so she became literally indestructible. And he was like literally fighting her by picking up a sofa with one hand and what the fuck do you call it? And you know, element, you know, warming thing at wall, elements as we call it in Sweden. And picked those things up and started to pound her and throw her out, because he couldn't run away. So he's like, take whatever I can. And in one sense, in one battle I remember very fondly, it was one of the last battles he had. He was fighting a guy that could become like an iron golem. I mean, like he later became like, you know Colossus in X-Men, turning completely iron. And here these two were standing. They literally stood still and just pummel each other. And the thing is that in Heroes Unlimited, they have this thing that it kind of reminds of, you know, D&D with the armor class and things like that, AC. That depending, the more you have, the harder it is to even get in any kind of damage. I mean, you need to roll insanely high to even damage this iron body this dude have. So literally no one could damage him. Except Sid, because he was so hulkishly strong that he could actually punch through it and hurt him. So they're both standing there and punching each other, you know, like both are like going down a bit. But in the end, Sid is like, shit, they are killing my friends over there, so I need to stop this guy right now. So he's turning around, taking his truck. I mean, we're talking about a big fuck truck. Lifts it up and smack it down on this dude, and it kills him. I was like, can I lift the truck? And the GM was like, I'm gonna see. Yeah, you can. Okay, I pick up my truck and slam it down on him. And the amount of dice I need to throw for the amount of damage I did was like, when I was literally counting like 30 dice, and it was like, you don't need to throw because he's dead. And that was kind of fun, because the fun thing is that one of the main villains in this story, in this campaign, there was actually a couple of them, but there was one guy that was running around solo. He was enemy to everyone. He had like Aizawa. He could negate others' powers. That was one of his abilities. And another ability he had that was insanely sick is that he could split atoms. He could make it like from his fingertip a little beam that reached about 1 or 2 meters and slice literally anything. Anything could be split, because he literally split everything on subatom levels. And the thing with that is also that if you cut your arm, the wound won't heal, because literally the very small atoms that builds up is cut. So it won't heal naturally. So you like need really to remove that part so it can heal. So that was some really insane ability. He could literally cut anything. And also did he have the ability to sense life within like 20 meters, so he couldn't be sneak up upon. Because I had another OC in that campaign that was called Paul Jaeger. He was like a martial artist that had the ability to teleport, you know, like Nightcrawler in X-Men. and he literally teleported behind him. He teleported. I mean, from one distance, he was like 100 meters away, and then there. And this guy was so quick, the villain, that he noticed that. He felt the life suddenly was there, and instantly, like, point his finger back. That was the only thing he did, and strike right in the forehead and kill my character. That was what he could do. He was like literally like that. So insane. And when that happened, there was another character as well. She had like a sponge. She could literally, she absorbed more and more power. She became insane dangerous. And she came there and was also dying from this guy. And Seal saw all of this from way below, because they were on the building, and he was like, "Oh my god, he's killing my friends!" So he grabbed a cab that is standing there and throw it. So this last thing that I know is that this cab like bouncing from one roof over to that roof and hits the villain that is knocked out and assumed dead. And we thought it all was pretty fun because of all the freaking characters. The one that couldn't run, that definitely couldn't fight him, because this guy, he would just split him. Sid would never have a normal chance against this guy. But since he threw a car, it didn't have no life, so he couldn't detect it until it was too late. He was hit by it. And that was really fun, we thought. And I'm terribly sorry for random talk, but honestly, I have such many memories of these. I have so many different characters. And if it's interesting, I definitely will talk more about them and the stories and campaigns we have done, because there are lots of these things we have been doing in many years. But I thought it was just generally a fun thing talking about, since he had this kind of all-might power, but he can't run or anything like that. Still, he was very awesome. And he had a dog, a big, you know, boxer dog, like, that was super cuddly, and also got a superpower, which was all consumption. He could literally go and eat everything. They found him one day eating a car, literally eating the car, like. I thought that was fun. But yes, thank you. Well, I'm terribly sorry for random talk and all that, but if you have any stories about something like that, your own villains, your own heroes, things like that, please share, because honestly, I would love to read and sharing out on the next episode. So thank you everyone, see you later on, and most of all though, have a continued super great day.